Australia in the early 1900s was a mixed bag. Big cities were booming, but there was still tons of wild open country. World War I was a big worry and lots of people were struggling. With all this going on, crime was everywhere. Pickpocketing was normal, and gangs were running things behind the scenes. Newspapers were full of stories about robberies and clever crooks. But one crime stood out from all the rest. The Great Train Robbery of 1915. This super daring robbery, where they stole money meant for soldiers' families, shocked everyone. It was a huge robbery, and the crooks were so bold it became a really big deal. It showed how unsafe things felt back then. The story of the Great Train Robbery is still told today, reminding us of a time when things were pretty wild. On a chilly evening in June 1915, the Sydney Mail train was chugging along. It was carrying something very important, £4,000 in gold and silver coins, meant for the families of soldiers fighting overseas. As the train got close to the little town of Clyde, things went wrong. A bunch of masked guys, armed and dangerous, were hiding and waiting. They had planned everything perfectly, cutting off the communication lines and picking a remote spot to attack. The train had to stop, making it an easy target. Passengers and crew were terrified as the bandits jumped on board. The robbers, working really fast, overpowered the guards and took all the money. They vanished into the night, leaving everyone shocked and confused. News of the robbery spread super fast, and everyone in Australia was talking about it. The police started a huge search, determined to catch the bad guys. Even though the police looked everywhere, nobody knew who did the Great Train Robbery for years. There were lots of rumors, but no real clues. Some people said it was famous bushrangers looking for one last big score. Others thought it was unhappy ex-soldiers who needed money. Because nobody knew for sure, everyone was even more interested in the case. Some people thought the robbers were heroes because they were so brave and stood up to authority. But for the police and the people who lost money, they were dangerous criminals. The Great Train Robbery showed how hard it was for police to catch criminals in such a big, empty country. It also showed how much tension there was in Australia back then. The robbers were so bold and clever, it showed they had planned everything carefully and knew what they were doing. They knew exactly